My parents thought that the ventriloquism would have been like a phase, but definitely wasn't. I was super persistent in asking for a puppet, and they finally got me one for my 10th birthday.
Paganini Ave Maria, loved for her talent, but was his awe. Has she found love, or is she still devoted to her career? Let's explore Darci Lynne's interesting journey of maturity. Stepping into adulthood at 18. Born on October 12, 2004, in Oklahoma, Darci Lynne is 19 years old. Her amazing trip started when she was 12, which means she spent almost half her life in the spotlight. She hit another big milestone when she graduated from Deer Creek High School in May 2023. It feels like I'm just getting so old, and it's just I started writing a song about it because it's freaking me out so much, Darci shared about growing up. Her words show how fast child stars often have to grow up. By 18, Darci had already done what many performers take decades to achieve. She had performed in all 50 states across America, sharing her unique talents with audiences everywhere, quite an achievement for someone her age. Her school life looked very different from most teens. "I didn't go to actual high school, I still do online school," she explained, showing one of her career's demands. This different path let her keep up with both her studies and her busy show schedule. Darci finds it hard to deal with the gap between public image and self-identity. "I think people have frozen me at 12, she said openly. "So, I'm trying to kind of break out of that." Many former child stars face this same challenge. "I don't picture myself like that, and I'll feel myself that way. I'm just kind of living my life," she explained, showing her wish to be known as more than the puppet-wielding AGT winner. She makes it clear, "I'm not 12 anymore." Missing out on regular teenage life has been tough for her. "Not giving up childhood, but giving up aspects of my childhood, which was, the normalcy that I did love was going to school for a while," she reflected. She feels sad about missed chances sometimes. "When sometimes I think about it and get sad just because it's not the end of the world to not have a high school experience, but some of the best years happen in high school." Her family's values have kept her steady through fame. "I grew up in a faith-based family, and that's been vital to getting through some hard times. My faith is a huge part of who I am and who I'm becoming." This spiritual base helps her stay grounded as she moves into adulthood. The change hasn't been easy. "The big thing that I think has been a struggle is I've had lots of people, like kids my age, just treat me differently, whether treat me a good way differently or treat me a bad way differently. These experiences have shaped how she looks at fame and relationships." She ended up seeing herself as pretty normal, despite her unusual life. "I'm like any other 19-year-old trying to figure out life." This down-to-earth view shows how grounded she's stayed after years in the spotlight. Darci keeps a good outlook as she grows both personally and professionally. "I wouldn't go back to the world. I've had an incredible ride, and I'm only 18 and only gets better from here." Her positive attitude shows she's ready to take on adulthood with the same drive that made her successful as a child. Do you remember that moment? A shy 12-year-old girl stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage in 2017. She clutched a pink rabbit puppet named Petunia and giggled nervously as she prepared to perform. That moment changed everything for Darci Lynne Farmer, who went from being an anxious preteen to becoming one of the show's most successful contestants. The girl who wowed the world at 12. Darci's road to victory started with an unforgettable audition in episode 1201. She performed Ella Fitzgerald's Summertime with her rabbit puppet, Petunia. The audience and judges sat stunned when she sang without moving her lips. Her talent was so exceptional that Judge Melby hit her golden buzzer right away, sending Darci straight to the quarterfinals. Darci kept raising the bar with each performance. She sang the Jackson 5, Who's Lovin' You through her mouse puppet, Oscar, in the quarterfinals. All 4 judges gave her standing ovations. The semifinals brought another puppet, Edna Dornocker, who sang Aretha Franklin's You make me feel like a natural woman." 3 judges stood up to applaud. Darci pushed herself even further in the finals. She sang the Beatles, "With a Little Help from My Friends," using 2 puppets at once, Oscar and Petunia. The 4 judges stood up again, making her the clear favorite to win. The grand finale paired Darci with Herodol Terry Fater, Season 2 winner and fellow ventriloquist. They performed Anything You Can Do from Annie Get Your Gun. Darci stumbled slightly on the first line, but recovered perfectly and finished strong. Darci Lynne claimed the Season 12 crown on September 20, 2017. She won the $1 million prize and a chance to headline in Las Vegas. She beat finalists Angelica Hale, Light Balance, Mandy Harvey, and Sarah and Hero. At 12, she became the show's youngest winner ever. Darci Lynne stood out because she knew how to combine 2 challenging skills: ventriloquism and powerful vocal performances. Most ventriloquists focus on comedy, but Darci lifted the art form by adding incredible singing abilities that went way beyond her years. Her technical achievement deserves special recognition. Singing needs proper breath control, diaphragm support, and mouth positioning, everything that ventriloquism doesn't allow. Yet Darci belted out amazing vocals from pop to opera without moving her lips. Each of Darci's puppets had its personality and voice. Petunia, the sassy rabbit, loved opera, while Oscar the mouse leaned towards soulful, Motown-style songs. Edna Dornocker, the elderly puppet, brought another unique voice and character. This showed off Darci's skills in ventriloquism, vocal range, and character acting. Simon Cowell, the show's toughest judge, later said Darci's audition ranked among his favorite moments on the show. After her semifinal performance, he could foresee a kind of Sesame Street type of show for her, spotting her potential beyond the competition. Darci's success took off immediately after her win. She toured 26 cities across America because tickets sold so fast. Within 18 months, she had become one of the franchise's biggest stars. She returned to compete in America's Got Talent, The Champions, finishing second behind magician Shin Lim. Darci's amazing mix of ventriloquism and powerful singing helped bring ventriloquism back into popular culture after years of ups and downs. Her family-friendly act and extraordinary talent appealed to people of all ages. She wasn't just a winner, she became a cultural phenomenon who continues to influence entertainment today. After winning America's Got Talent, Darci Lynne became a sensation and entered a whole new world. But is her life off the big stage different from what we imagine? Life after AGT. Darci Lynne Farmer's life changed completely after she won AGT in 2017. The Oklahoma preteen went from a regular kid to a star performer, selling out shows all over America. She found herself leading a ventriloquism comeback at just 12 years old. She had to handle her new fame while going to middle school. After her big win, Darci kicked off her first national tour called Darci Lynne and Friends Live. The tour started small with just 5 stops in early 2018. It grew bigger and reached 52 shows from January 2018 to January 2019. She added 9 Christmas shows called Rocking Around the Christmas Tree with Darci Lynne and Friends. Fans couldn't wait to see her perform. Her Oklahoma City homecoming show on December 16 sold out in 6 minutes flat. The organizers had to add another show that day and 2 more shows on December 17. Her shows drew more than 100,000 people and made $5.20 million in 2018. That's huge for such a young performer. Her puppet friends became stars too. Petunia the rabbit, Oscar the mouse, Edna Dornocker, and Katie the yodeling cowgirl won hearts across America. Each puppet showed off Darci's amazing voice in different ways, from opera to soul music. "I've improved personally as a performer," Darci said about her growth. "Starting, I was just such a noob, but last year was a 52-city tour. 52 cities is a lot of practice, and I kind of know what I'm doing now." She made several big TV appearances, that boosted her fame after AGT, a January 2018 appearance on NBC's Today show with her puppet Oscar, a March 2018 performance at the prestigious Grand Ole Opry, a cameo on the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. The young star launched her second tour, Darci Lynne and Friends, fresh out of the box, in January 2019. She had performed in 39 states by then. She achieved her goal to make ventriloquism popular again. My whole goal going on AGT was to bring more light to ventriloquism because it was a dying art. The young star managed to keep up with her studies at Deer Creek Middle School in Oklahoma while touring the country. That's pretty amazing. I'm gone a lot, usually on Fridays and Mondays because that's when I'm touring. I leave on Friday, I do a show on Saturday, a show on Sunday, and I come home Monday. So mostly I miss just those 2 days, but there are also things in between, like trips to California. She kept getting straight A's despite her busy schedule. I'm doing pretty good. I have all A's. It has been a challenge with traveling, but my teachers are so flexible. She had a simple way to handle schoolwork. Basically, my teachers, they send me all my work that I'm going to miss during the days I'm gone and I get it done, and then I bring it back to them, she explained. This worked well throughout middle school. Her success changed her family's life too. My parents, they had to quit their jobs and they're full-time working for the tour and me. It's been a challenge, but it's really fun. Her family, school, and church helped her stay grounded despite all the fame. The best part, performing helped Darci beat her shyness. I've definitely gotten more confident with who I am and just being me. I'm way less shy than I used to be. Being on stage and performing, doing my ventriloquism and singing has helped that 100%. She stayed positive even with her packed schedule. The enjoyable parts of this career weigh out the negative parts of it. Her hard work and determination during these early teen years set her up for even bigger success later. The year 2020 brought unexpected change to performers worldwide. For teenage ventriloquist sensation Darci Lynne, it became a turning point that changed her creative trip. The global pandemic forced entertainment venues to close their doors, and Darci found herself at a crossroads that ended up reshaping her artistic direction. 2020 marked a major milestone in Darci Lynne's journey. But what changed in her life this year as she entered adulthood and faced new challenges? Darci Lynne in 2020, a turning point. COVID-19 swept across the nation, and Darci's busy performance schedule stopped abruptly. All my shows got cancelled with the puppets, and I was like, what am I going to do with myself? She said about those early quarantine days. This sudden pause in her touring career gave her something rare since her AGT win: time. She didn't see the pandemic as just an obstacle. She found that there was a chance to try other creative paths. She managed to keep her TV presence during this uncertain time. She became a panelist on Nickelodeon's Unfiltered in July 2020, hosted by Jay Farrow. She also made a second appearance on All That as the musical guest and performed Something's Got a Hold on Me with her puppet Oscar. She came back to the AGT stage as a guest performer in August 2020. There she introduced audiences to a new character, a one-eyed Australian monster puppet named Ivan. These TV appearances helped her stay visible even though live shows weren't possible. The break from touring gave Darci time to think about who she was beyond ventriloquism. I feel like I'm honestly just like every other 19-year-old right now, just trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do for the rest of my life, she shared later. This time of self-discovery proved significant for her artistic rise. Darci's most important pandemic discovery was her love for songwriting. I started writing music in quarantine. It's just something that I've come to be super passionate about, she explained. This creative outlet quickly grew beyond a hobby and reconnected her with her first artistic love. Singing always came first. Singing is what I grew up doing as long as I can remember, Darci said. Ventriloquism made her famous, but music had always been her foundation. "I've always wanted to try writing music. For me, it's such a freeing way of expression," she said about this rediscovery. Darci improved her songwriting skills with help from fellow Oklahomans Maggie and Shane Henry. "I had written quite a bit of it, but it kind of just needed a little oomph and some help from some pretty seasoned musicians," she explained about working together. They created Push Our Luck, which became her first single. "The sort of thing I love is how Darci uses her real-life experiences. I've gone on my fair share of dates with boys and just haven't had the best luck," she shared. Her songwriting showed the real teenager behind the polished performer that fans knew. By 2022, her musical development led to her first film role in A Cowgirl's Song, starring alongside Cheryl Ladd. She wrote and recorded Just Breathe for the soundtrack, which further proved her skills as a singer-songwriter. Looking back at this key time, Darci said, "I started writing in quarantine, so I've been writing for about 4 years now. It's just something that I love to do. It's very therapeutic and super fun to express myself in that way." What started as a way to cope with the pandemic turned into an exciting new direction for her career. She's moving toward music, but isn't giving up ventriloquism. "I'm not throwing that away or closing the door on it at all, but now I'm just opening another door, another pathway." She wants to find new ways to blend both talents as she moves forward. With a shy and independent personality, Darci Lynne has never been one to expose her private life. In contrast to other stars who have public relationships, Darci always keeps her privacy and does not share too much about whether she is dating or not. Even in interviews, when asked about this issue, she often answers gently and avoids going into details. However, Darci Lynne is not a lonely young woman in her world. During her time participating in tours and events, she has built close friendships with colleagues and associates. Although she has not made her love life public, the support and sincere friendship from the relationships around her have certainly helped Darci Lynne overcome challenges and maintain her career. At the age of 18, Darci Lynne has matured and gradually begun to change her perspective on life. She is no longer just a talented girl with a guitar and puppets, but a young artist with deep thoughts about her future and her relationship. Will she be ready to open up and share her love story with her fans soon? Are you looking forward to it? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the